Hi guys, welcome again. I thought I will do a little bit of a break from the tournament stuff. I'm currently designing my own 7 wonder set with 7 wonders. seven, not 7. Um, and I obviously did a lot of research before that. So I went through all the custom wonders that I played. I went through like all the wonders that I've looked at from the custom wonders. I've looked at all the wonders, and I wanted to, before I show you my wonders, I want to, know my opinion about all the other wonders, so you can actually know what I like, what I dislike. Maybe you share the same thoughts, maybe you disagree. If you do, please tell me where I'm wrong, because I'm sure there is some, there must be something wrong with all with like how many thoughts I have about them. So I will be reviewing all the official boards. Maybe not the quotes are not necessary. The official boards, and I will rate them for the design. How interesting are there? If there are multiple strategies possible. If there is something like if the rules are easy to follow. If it's easy to explain. If it's easy to remember when explained, stuff like that. And also for the balance. So I will deduct the points if at least one of the boards is overpowered, but I will not deduct the points if one of the boards is weaker, because it's okay. The boards in the base game are also weaker on the 8 side, a lot. So without further ado, let's go. First, Stone Age. So here you get points for the stone on the brown cards. You can get as much as 6, I think, but that's highly unlikely. In the good game, you will get 3. In the bad game, you will get, I don't know, 1 or 2. So it's not even worth building, probably. So you should look at this wonder as like 3-5, I think, with possible 6. And as 3-5, it's not bad, but it's not great. It's like, it's like your Giza B, maybe, or Giza A. It breaks the rule for the 3x7 for the A sides, but it's a minor break, so that's okay. For the B side, here, a lot of costs for not a lot of payoff. This is a custom guild in a color that you play. Pretty good, but, you won't get it for the browns, for example, right? You can only get it for the blues or for the greens. That's good. Yeah, but this is pretty trash, and this is pretty good. But overall, a wood is very good, like the best brown resource in my opinion. They do not differ by much, but wood is very good. So overall, design 4 stars. I just don't think it's that exciting, but it's okay. Balance 2 stars. I just think it's just too weak, and I do not use this in my games, which is a shame because the art is gorgeous. Mannequin Piece. I think this is the first promo ever released for 7 Wonders. It used to have beer here. But okay, so this is copy. I think it's a lazy design, to be honest. Every game does it at some point. You just copy the last effect of the plate, something like this. Please don't. These effects are not really that fun or that spectacular. And here we have a problem with 4 stages wonders, like for example, Great Wall, which we'll talk in a second, or Siracusa from Syracuse from Armada, or like Giza. Like, which one do you copy, really? Like, there are so many questions, and actually the answers might surprise you. When you copy from the Great Wall, you can actually choose which one you copy. So if you have like Great Wall to your left, you can just copy, something. I'm not sure if you can copy twice. I do not believe so, but maybe. Then if you have like a Great Wall to your right, it's pretty great. So I like how the wonder changes in time. It's always different depending on your allies, but there can be some broken combos. Let's say you are next to Alexandria B and you're copying like the first stage and you're copying the last stage, which are both very good. But here you can copy, for example, a very nice stage from Olympia B, and suddenly this wonder is like amazing, which I think it's too powerful sometimes. But again, you can be next to like Olympia B, and you copy this one and this one, and then it can actually be pretty trash. You know, not a fun. And here, one stage wonders, I think they do not work in general, just because you cannot hide, you need to throw. You can get screwed still in like multiplayer games with a cost like this, but this is pretty flavorful because it costs 7 and give you 7 gold and 7 points and 1 shield. Also the first wonder with the yellow frame, 4 gold, I think it's weaker than the grays. Probably better than stone, but not by much, I think. Overall, pretty bad for your neighbors usually. They often get the gold back, but you know, the higher costs get punished usually with that. Overall, design 3 stars, balance 2 stars. Then we have the Great Wall, and spoiler alert, guys, I'm a huge fan. Oh, I went too much. Okay, so here. Cloth, grays are great, cloth is great. 8 gold, very fun side. This one is green support, this one is also green support. Here you can, get the reds if you are doing a green-red. Overall, very much green support, but you can actually play it without green, like with this, and that for the third era. You get actually a pretty fun wonder. Overall, I think it might just be a little too powerful, but the costs are pretty high, but no 4 costs and stuff like that. Very fun side. And then we get into side B. Here, a little weirder, like compare the two, and this is obviously weaker. This is obviously weaker, and it's actually got like a higher costs, I think, if you are doing green. This is also weaker than 2 shields, but not always, and this is actually much better than this, and this is the sole reason why you would play this side. I think it can be a little too powerful from time to time. Overall design 5 stars, balance 4 stars, just because maybe sometimes it's just a little tiny bit too powerful and can do too much, and once you play this you kinda want it in every game. Just because it offers you so much, but the design, like with everything like this, pretty cool. Then we get into Abu Simbel that can, the thing about Abu Simbel is that you can hide the leader, you lose their power, but you gain twice as many points as you spend gold for them, which is pretty powerful for the leaders that you do not need. It can be a leader that gets you, for example, green chip or stuff like that, but also it can be very powerful for the leaders that you no longer use, for example, because you use the shields, for example, from the Caesar, but you are no longer in contention for the reds, so you can actually bury this. And I think this side is actually really strong. And this side is much weaker, just because you have to entomb twice. It's not something that you really want to do, and you have nothing else here. Papyrus also powerful, so and pretty flavorful. So overall design, I would say 4 stars, just because of the side B is maybe do something with it, like do something with the leaders or stuff like that. And balance 4 stars. It can get a little swingy here. Also the design gets a nod just because it needs leaders, and I really like the wonders. For example, here you can like not play with the cities and just use a city token. You do not need leaders. Here you really need leaders. Okay, moving on to the leaders expansion, we have Roma. Unfortunately, here you cannot click the B-side, but I'll show you guys B-side in a second. You get leaders for 0, which is a very, very powerful ability, but also very swingy. Do not like it at all. Here 4-6, very uninspired, I think. And then side B, you get a discount of 2. Probably you cannot, guys, see that because the resolution is so bad. Discount 2, discount 1 to your neighbors. That's much fairer side, so, you know, I think it should be that on both sides. And then you get like 4 leaders, 5 gold, which is pretty good because, you know, you can get more leaders, and here you employ more leaders, of course with the discount. Overall, design 2 stars. I really think like a wonder like that had to be made, but I do not think it's like it feels so different that I think it's too different. And also there are problems, like, you know, the side A is very uninspired, but has like a ability that can be game breaking, kind of game breaking. And then the B side is fine, but, you know, the A side is just too much sometimes. And balance 2 stars, I think it can be a little too powerful at times. And also it needs leaders, so that's again in the leaders expression that can be expected, I guess. But when we move to the cities expansion, we see that it's not the case. Both of the wonders are playable without cities, like you do not have to have cities in the game, and I think that's very, very that's how you should design those wonders. So here, Petra, 3, 7. This is like almost 5. This is 4 and 2/3 if you account that you have to lose 7 gold to play this, and 7. Okay, but this is like Giza A, and Giza A is not like the most powerful wonder. So of course the costs are slightly better, but at the same time this cost is, you know, atrocious. I really don't like it. You start with clay, which is pretty good. I think it's the second one below wood. So that's like the 5th best resource to start with. And side B is even more of a mess. Here the 14 gold for 14, that's like 9 and 1/3 of a point, which is pretty good, but if you think that you have to collect 14 golds, I'm not really sure how you would do that in the free-player games. I think it's unbuildable. And this side, you have to pay a lot. Like 4 resources is a lot, and then you get like free victory points, and then this is like 4 gold because you need to multiply it by 2, basically. That's not amazing. Overall, this side very weak. The design 3 stars just because it's, you know, there is nothing here, to be honest. You just pay money. That's like the thing about this wonder, and here you have some money loss. Not very inspiring. And then balance 2 stars. I think it's too weak. Maybe 3 stars, sorry, for balance, because I think it's still better than Stonehenge. Here we have Byzantium, stone, the weakest resource, and this side is a mess. There is no stone needed, so very hard wonder stages and not that powerful. Like this is fine. I like this, that there are 2 different resources. And this is also kind of fine. This is also not that crazy, but when you like sum it up, you need like 2 clay, 2 wood, every of the other, and here you need it twice, so the market doesn't save you. You also need a gold. There is just a lot, and you have a stone that you really do not need, and others can actually use for their, you know, purpose. And you cannot go red at all, so that's really a detriment. But here, it gets much better. Like the twice of this, that's make it very reliable. The sides are still not that crazy, but actually gives you kind of, you know, more for less. Not like the most powerful wonder, but something playable. I probably would have, you know, used a gray card here just to give it a boost. Of course, with switching some of the some of the costs. Overall design 4 stars, balance 4 stars. Just on, I think it's still on the weaker side with side B, and side A is just, you know, super weak. Then we go into Catan. Catan has a crazy ability because it lets you switch 2 of one into 1 of the other once per turn. It's actually a very powerful ability. I think it's like the best thing ever printed. It's better, you know, than just 1 resource. Then you have 3/7, which are pretty powerful and not that costly. And this side is like 11 gold, but it's pretty costly. But you know, keep in mind that you have this, so these wonders are actually much cheaper when you think about it. Yeah, and well, let's go to side B. You still have the same ability. Here you need leaders. You get like 1 leader. You can just, you know, get 1 more leader, so you get 1 of the 2. Not very powerful. Here you get 2 shields and 5 points. That's pretty good. Overall, you have to play with leaders, but this side is also pretty good. Actually, if you see this seems like a mistake. This should be, you know, positioned slightly different. I think they were like in a rush to do this. And this is also pretty flavorful because this represents like a port in Catan. This represents a robber. When you get a 7, you get a robber, so stuff like that. And then here you have like a cities and knights, basically, not to the expansion. And maybe sailors, I'm not really sure. Overall, design 4 stars, balance 4 stars, just because it's just a tiny bit too powerful, I believe. And then we finish with Siracusa. Here we get this side A, where there's a battle. Battle is very good. Here you get 1 push, 1 shield. Here you get 1 push and 3 points. And here it's added of a like the bonus is the shield. The costs are pretty high, and with Armada actually it really matters. You have to play with Armada to you know to use this wonder. With Armada it matters because you know, when you play a wonder you also want to pay extra cost to get the Armada bonus. So overall I think not that powerful. And let's go here. Here you get 6 points and you get like 1 tax 1, or like, yeah, that's I think tax 1 or pirates 1, I don't remember. Here you get 2 pushes but not on the same track. I don't think that this is necessary. Like it could be, you know, just 2 pushes, and here you get 1 shield and 1 shield. I think overall this is the weaker side, probably. The only advantage is that you actually have a cheap wonder stage with the first one, but you can build them in any other order. Overall, not that powerful, but pretty fun to play because you have a lot of options and you can do actually a lot of stuff. Design 4 stars just because it needs Armada, and balance 5 stars. I think it's perfectly okay. It's not on like it's not too much on the weaker side. You can actually win a lot with this. It's just not OP. So that would be all the wonders that you can actually, like, you know, get from the publisher. In the next video I will tell you all about these custom wonders. This is just a few of them. I will tell you all about these custom wonders and how to, you know, how to best enjoy them. I did one of the videos, and that was, you know, before I played. Now I will do video after I played a bunch of games with them. And I will tell you my thoughts, what's right, what's wrong, and then I will tell you about my 7 wonders, you know. So until then, see you later, bye.